finds a seam and bursts through. And Whitmore's on the move. Whitmore, a budding sprint superstar, is Whitmore to crush Whitmore.
Whitmore's racing career spanned 7 years, earning over $4.5 million and multiple graded stakes victories. But our story doesn't start in the bluegrass country of Kentucky. It starts on the border of Arkansas and Oklahoma.
Well, I'm from the border of Arkansas and Oklahoma. I went to school at Pensacola, Oklahoma, and a lot of all the match races I went to were in Oklahoma. But I tell everybody I'm from the border.
For Ron Moquette, his passion for animals and sports led him down the path of becoming a teacher of horses.
I like the connection with the animals. I really enjoy being around animals of all kind, but horses have always been so noble and such a useful thing in my life, and I just wanted to spend as much time as I could, and I thought maybe being a coach to horses was pretty cool. I always say that our careers are on the backs of horses. They carry us wherever we go, and Whitmore knocked down a lot of barriers for us.
Success doesn't come without hard work and a strong team, and Whitmore needed a lot of special attention during his formative years of training. He got that from Ron's wife Laura and assistant trainer Greta Kunzweiler.
Ron bought him after the sale and shipped him up to us at Churchill, and he was at Saratoga at the time. And I'll never forget the first day he went to the track, that Greta and I were up in the trainer stand watching the boys gallop a set of babies in company.
Well, another one of our riders, Giovanni, was on him, and I was going in company. We're trying to get him to go forward, train like a normal horse, right? And he was like throwing himself down, going this way, going that way, and Giovanni, and he's like a good rider, like he has no problem with horses, but his helmet slipped down because of how forceful he was.
He wheeled, he slid to a stop, he froze up, he acted like he was gonna flip, he's bucking and kicking, and then the outrider came over to help, and he bolted and took off running to do the same thing over again. We were like, oh my God, what did Ron send us?
And while Whitmore was still learning the finer points of being a racehorse, his racing name was still being decided.
We ended up finding out that he was named after the lady that ran the farm where he was born, and she obviously was very pleasant, and her name was Melody. And so I think it's a cool name. It just didn't suit this horse, because the statement was he doesn't look like a male and he's not very pleasant. And he was a natural gifted athlete who could do things, if he set his mind to it, he could do things that others couldn't, and that put me in a reminding of someone else.
Wilbur Whitmore.
Ah yes, what a powerful name. Wilbur Whitmore, Ron's childhood friend. The pair met in the 7th grade while attending Pensacola High School and were teammates on the school's basketball squad.
That's all he cared. He said, "You're too short to be this bad and not hustle, son."
He found a way to get us all motivated.
That's right.
Yeah, Ron said he was just the freakiest athlete he'd been around, and he's like, now we got another one, I'm naming him after Wilbur.
Comparisons athletically was right on. Just as gifted an athlete as you've seen, and did everything that everybody else wanted to do, and it was hard, it was easy for him. And for whatever reason, his name is the one that come to mind whenever it happened, and I called him and got permission.
He told me, he said, "Whit, I got a horse, and boy, he reminds me a lot of you." Ronald said he was just a good-looking horse. I grew up in Fort Smith, Arkansas. I guess from kindergarten through 6th grade. In 7th grade, we moved to Pensacola, and that's where I met Ron. We were in 7th grade. We were just starting junior high. Yeah, and like I said, we played. Ron was a year older than us, but being Pensacola being such a small town, everybody's seen everybody, so we all merged together and been friends ever since. I think I played down in the post, and Ronald was the point guard, so he was the one issuing the ball. He was pretty good at shooting that long ball. Yeah, he really wasn't a real big guy, but that he had good handles, could handle the ball good, and he shot very well. Boy, he hated to lose. He was real competitive, and he worked hard at everything that he got involved in.